The big story this week, of course, has been around inclement weather, and schools in the Overberg, the Cape Winelands and Helderberg regions are closed for a second day due to severe storms in the Western Cape. In fact, the Education Director of Communications in that province is Bronagh Hammond, who joins us now for a quick update via our video link. And Bronagh, it's lovely to have you on the program, albeit under these circumstances. Thanks very much indeed for making time. So here we are, a couple of hours into the school day, so to speak. I wonder if you can just paint the picture for us around how you reckon schools are doing, given the many challenges that you faced, at least over the past 2 days.
Yeah, it has been quite a challenge. We first had high winds on Sunday, and then that progressed to big rainfall on Sunday night and also last night. And we've had to close down the Cape Winelands, the Overberg districts, schools in those districts, as well as the Helderberg yesterday. But all indications are is that we will reopen all schools tomorrow in all districts, with obviously special requests that can be made to schools that have been damaged over the last 48 hours.
ABC Mania yesterday telling us that 132 schools have been affected. I wonder if that figure has changed, and if you can just describe to us the extent of some of the damage, broadly speaking.
Yeah, well, on Sunday we experienced quite a lot of damage to school roofs because of the high winds. We did have teams already ready to go out, and they were using harnesses to try and get those roofs fixed as soon as possible, then to also protect those schools and classrooms from the incoming rainfall that was coming that evening. So we are very grateful for the fast action in that regard. But over the last 24 hours or so, we have seen further damages with regards to the high rainfall. We were receiving reports also from our even Karoo districts, the Maverill area, the Oudtshoorn area, on high rains there, and some flooding and causing damages to roads and infrastructure, which is preventing some school kids from getting into their school areas, as well as some damages to schools. So that information is currently being collated. And obviously we'll have to do an assessment of all the damages and the priority needs.
Yeah, at this stage, are you worried that some schools, or at least pupils, may have to be relocated because of the extent of the damage at their institutions?
Not really at this stage. We do have one school in Metro East that their roofing came off at such an extent that we actually might need to close down one section of the school. But they have made arrangements for the learners to then accommodate other areas of school. But that was just an occasion, and we're very lucky in that specific circumstance. But I think we are going to be looking and doing an assessment in terms of seeing if any other schools will need to be, might be temporarily closed, and they will need special permission for that. But obviously we will prioritize those needs in terms of repairs and maintenance.
Yeah, a lot of this, Bronagh, feels quite unprecedented. I'm not sure if, in the years that you've been doing this, if there's ever been a moment where a directive like this has been issued before, and what that means, I suppose, for how the Education Department is able to continue with the rest of the year.
Yes, well, I've been here for 15 years, and we've only done this once before, and that was in 2017 when we saw a big storm front coming through then, and we closed the school for one day. So this was very unusual, but I think we have to look at the safety of our learners and our educators, both traveling to and from school, and also the infrastructure damage at school and the safety in those buildings. So it has been a difficult decision, but we have to put the priority and safety of the safety needs first above everything else. So, we'll have to just catch up in terms of education time lost, and we will have those discussions within the districts with those affected schools. But, the one thing I can report on is that we haven't had any injuries sustained by learners, in school or teachers, and I think that is the most important thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Few people will argue against that. What's challenging, of course, is that winter in Cape Town is typically accompanied by some kind of sustained rainfall, and that may very well complicate the school's abilities to kind of bounce back, if you know what I mean.
Yes, it is. We feel like winter's already hit us now. We are in our winter warms now already. But the thing is that I think the biggest concern for us is our infrastructure budgets. We did get some additional money from Treasury, but that is to build new schools. But the costs associated to storm damage, you take like 5 steps forward and then you get 10 steps back with regards to having to deal with the repair work and the putting our priorities into getting that done as fast as possible in existing schools, and just we already feel the budget crunch right now, and to have these kind of things happen just puts us back a bit. And I think that's where the big concern is, and of course the teaching time lost in schools where there is major disruption.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Bronagh Hammond, hopefully the worst is behind us. Thanks very much indeed for giving us that update. Bronagh is the Director of Communications with the Western Cape Education Department. Once again, we appreciate your time on the SABC.